You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're not broken. You're stuck in a loop, and your brain built that loop to protect you. Here's what I mean. Every time you avoid a task, your brain does something interesting. It gives you relief. Not huge relief, just a tiny hit. Just enough to feel like you made the right call. You close the laptop. You open your phone. The tension drops for a second, and your brain takes note. It files this away. Avoiding that thing made me feel better. So the next time that task comes up, your brain runs the same pattern, automatically. Think about task, feel resistance. Avoid it, feel relief. Think about task, feel resistance. Avoid it, feel relief. That is the procrastination loop. And the longer it runs, the stronger it gets. This isn't a willpower problem. It's a wiring problem. And you can't fix wiring with motivation. Motivation is just a feeling. Feelings come and go. What you actually need is a pattern interrupt, something that breaks the loop before your brain runs the automatic response. Psychologists call this behavioral activation. The idea is simple. You don't wait to feel like doing something. You do something first, and the feeling follows. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation, not the other way around. Breaking the loop always starts the same. Name what's happening. This sounds too simple, but it works because of a concept called affect labeling. When you put a word to an emotional state, activity in the amygdala, the brain's threat detector, actually decreases. You're not just describing what you feel, you're reducing its intensity. I'm overwhelmed is not a sign of weakness. It's a diagnostic. It tells your brain, I see you. I know what this is. We're not in danger. We're just stuck. And that tiny shift from threat to diagnosis opens a door. Once you've named the state, you can interrupt the loop with the right response. Let me walk you through what that looks like in real life. Let's say it's 10 a.m. You have a project due. You've been getting ready to start for 45 minutes. You've made coffee. You've reorganized your tabs. You've checked your email twice. What state are you in? Probably frozen or overthinking. Here's the interrupt. Stop trying to start the project. Instead, name the block out loud or in writing. 10 words or less. I don't know where to begin. Now shrink the task until it's almost embarrassing. Not work on the project. Not outline the project. Open the document. Type one sentence. One. That's the task. You're not trying to get the project done. You're trying to break the loop. The loop says, this task is big and threatening. Your job is to prove that wrong, not by finishing the task, but by starting it so small the brain can't object. You don't fight resistance. You make the task smaller than the resistance. Your brain resists big things. It doesn't resist opening a document. Your brain resists the gym. It doesn't resist putting on your shoes. Your brain resists writing the report. It doesn't resist typing a title. Every stuck state has a version of the task so small, your brain can't say no. Find that version. Do only that. The rest follows. There's one more layer to this that most people miss. The procrastination loop doesn't just affect your work. It affects how you see yourself. Every time you avoid something, you're casting a vote that says, I'm someone who doesn't follow through. You don't think of it that way. You think of it as one missed task, one bad day, but the brain keeps score. Enough misstarts and your identity starts to shift. You don't just have a starting problem. You start to be someone who can't start, and that identity makes the loop even harder to break, because now you're not just fighting resistance. You're fighting a story about who you are. Here's the flip side. Every time you break the loop, even with one tiny action, you're casting a different vote. A vote that says, I'm someone who starts anyway. Not someone who always finishes. Not someone who's always motivated. Just someone who starts. Do that enough times, and the story changes. Not through willpower. Not through forcing yourself to feel different. Through the accumulated evidence of 100 small starts. That's the core of how the loop works and how you break it. Name the state. Shrink the task. Start before your brain objects. If this helps shift your mindset today, hit like and subscribe, and comment one thing you're done waiting to start. Now, if you want something practical to use the next time you feel stuck, I made a free guide called the 2-Minute Start Method. It's a simple 5-step reset you can save on your phone and use anytime your brain is resisting, overthinking, or avoiding. It takes about 120 seconds. And it also includes an AI prompt you can copy into ChatGPT or any AI tool to get the exact first step to take when you don't know where to begin. It's not something to read. It's something to use. Link is in the description. Grab it, save it, and use it when it counts.